Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video, we're going to talk about the Arrowverse and Bruce Wayne. Now, keep in mind that we already had a version of Bruce Wayne in the Arrowverse in Crisis Among Infinite Earths, when Kevin Conroy played Batman from, from the future, from, Earth 78. I gotta see now, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Bruce Wayne. Okay, so Earth 99. Okay. Earth 99 is the Bruce Wayne that Kevin Conroy played. So that wasn't our Earth 1's version of Bruce Wayne. But in the last episode of Batwoman, we finally got our Bruce Wayne casted, even though it was Hush trying to be Bruce Wayne, but still casted. Now, Hush is the type of character that, actually, I'll look it up online too so I can better explain. Who is Hush from... There you go, from Batman, yeah. Hush Tom Elliott is a supervillain. Commonly as a adversary of superhero Batman. Yeah. Okay, here's the origins. Before I get into the Batwoman news, because Bruce Wayne is introduced in Batwoman. It says, Dr. Thomas Elliot, or Tommy if you want to call him, was a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne and was also born into a wealthy family. The two boys often played Strategy Joe, a Steak minifigure game, together, and Tom taught Bruce to think like his opponents and use their abilities against them in order to win, which proved useful later when he, Bruce Wayne, became Batman. Thus, as a child, Tommy exhibited a genius-level intellect due to his capability to think and plan strategically. Tommy despised both his abusive father, and his frail, submissive mother, who... So that's backstory. He was realized by Jonathan Crane, who became Scarecrow. During the next few years, Tommy tended to his mother. So I'm guessing something happened to his father. When Bruce's parents were murdered, Tommy resented him for inheriting the Wayne family's fortune, just as he hoped to do the same with his parents' money. So the reason why Tommy Elliott resents Bruce Wayne is because when Bruce's parents died in that alley, he inherited his parents' fortune. Okay. I mean, I get it, it's jealousy. So let's get it. Into the actual article on Screen Rant. It says, Batwoman finally reveals Arrowverse, spoilers, who plays him, as in Bruce Wayne. Batwoman finally reveals the major DC comic character in the latest episode. Here's the actor who plays this important Arrowverse role. And it does contain spoilers. If you don't want any spoilers to Batwoman. We're going to move the camera off there. So, the CW's Batwoman reveals Bruce Wayne in the latest episode. Unmasking the Arrowverse Batman actor. Ever since Kate Kane, aka Batwoman, joined the Arrowverse, it was clear that her famous cousin, Batman, also existed in this shared universe of DC Comics shows. They even hinted that Bruce Wayne was around with, like, they teased him in Supergirl, and they teased Bruce Wayne in Arrow. So it was pretty clear that Bruce Wayne was around, at the very least. In terms of him being Batman, yet that never was really confirmed up until Elseworld. The Arrowverse crossover Elseworld. So when Ruby Rose debuted as Batwoman in Elseworld crossover event, she was already established in Gotham City's as Gotham City's new Cape Crusader. It wasn't until the Batwoman TV show premiered that fans learned how Kate took over the cowl after her cousin Bruce Wayne had abandoned his role as Batman and left Gotham and hadn't returned in many years. Which I'm guessing he will in the future. So still, after Batwoman confirmed Batman's existence in the Arrowverse, it seemed only a matter of time before Kate Kane's cousin was revealed, even if he never donned his batsuit. After all, Luke Fox did modify the batsuit for Kane so she could become Batwoman. Even so, Bruce Wayne has loomed large in Batwoman Season 1, with Batman being the superhero to which Kate constantly compares herself to. Kate's cousin is also the person she talks in her voiceovers, which have become a unifying thread across the season. And now fans have the face to put on the Bruce Wayne name. After the Batwoman season 1 finale, oh mouse. It was cut short because of the coronavirus. The Arrowverse seasons got cut short because of the coronavirus. The shows were cut short because of coronavirus. But in the final scenes of Batwoman season 1, episode 20, which serves as the show's season finale due to the Arrowverse production shutdown, Alice puts one of her skin's mask on Tommy Elliot, which is played by Gabriel Mann. And she's been promising in exchange for him acquiring Lucius Fox Journal for her. But this particular mask is of Kate Kane's famous cousin Bruce Wayne, who fans and Alice know to be the Batman. The actor who plays the Arrowverse Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, is Warren Christie, who they put in parentheses was in The Resident. I'm guessing that's a TV show, and Chicago Fire, which I know that's a TV show. Christie actually appeared in the Arrowverse before, playing Carter Bowen. Really? I mean, I'm not surprised, because I think it was the guy who played the previous captain on in the Flash TV show was in Arrow, so I'm not surprised. So pretty much, long story short, this says, this whole article is saying that, hey, we got our own Bruce Wayne now for the Arrowverse, which is great. I'm excited because we, like I said, I always knew that Bruce Wayne was part of the Arrowverse. Never exactly knew whether or not Batman was. Like, in terms of for Earth 1, Earth 2, yeah, it was clear that, or not Earth 2, Earth 38, I think, was the original playing ground for Supergirl. It was clear that Batman was around. But in terms of Earth 1, it was never really confirmed up until Elseworld that Batman was part of the Arrowverse. It was, but in previous seasons for Arrow, it was confirmed that Bruce Wayne was part of the Arrowverse. So I'm excited. I mean, it sucks that the coronavirus is getting in the way of the production, but hopefully, because I did hear that the Arrowverse will start back up next year, So hopefully next year when we get the Arrowverse back, we'll be able to see Bruce Wayne, like, as Bruce Wayne and not Hush as Bruce Wayne. And hopefully see Bruce Wayne as the Dark Knight himself, because I'm excited. I want to see Batman in the Arrowverse. Ever since Batman as a character was confirmed to be part of the Arrowverse, I've been wanting to see Batman and the Green Arrow working together. Sadly, that won't, unless we get like a Green Arrow from a different Earth. We won't see we won't see that happen. At least not Stephen Amell's version of the Green Arrow. But I, but I still would like to see the Green Arrow, all Green Arrow, and Batman work together. And like I said, I understand it won't be the Earth 1's Green Arrow that's be working with Earth 1 Batman, because Earth 1 Green Arrow is dead. Not the actor. Stephen Amell is still alive and kicking. But, yeah, but yeah, it's great. I mean, that's my hope, seeing Batman working with a version of the Green Arrow. Even if it's like Emiko Queen being the Green Arrow, which I would like to see. Like, there might not be any crime in Starling City for like, what, 20 years due to the whole crisis thing at Universal reboot that Alifer did, but maybe Emiko Queen could go into like a different city, become the Green Arrow, and maybe her version of the Green Arrow can work with Batman and Batwoman. Who knows? Because I still do believe that, especially with the way that Arrow ended, that the Green Arrow legacy can continue with Emiko. And then, yeah, it can later be picked up by Mia Queen, which is Oliver's and Felicity's daughter, which I met Felicity. But, yeah, I'm excited to see Bruce, like, I'm excited to see where this Hush thing will go. I'm excited to see if we're actually going to get Bruce Wayne himself in the show, in the Arrowverse, because that would be cool. And not someone else trying to pretend to be him, but the actual Bruce Wayne. And maybe, who knows, maybe this Hush incident, where Thomas Elliot pretending to be Bruce Wayne, will actually draw Bruce Wayne back out and get inspire Bruce Wayne to either come back to Gotham City as himself or come back as like Batman as well. So it'd be interesting to see when the Arrowverse gets picked back up next year. So what do you guys think? Are you guys excited that we finally get a face of Bruce Wayne in the Arrowverse? And what do you guys think about how the whole face of Bruce Wayne, the Arrowverse Bruce Wayne, getting introduced into the Arrowverse? Leave a comment down below. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video or stream.